But I think now I'm gonna take a little hop out here. It's going to be Failboat coming back in and joining Walkie on the commentary. Failboat, are you with us?
Yeah, what's going on? I am indeed with you, hopefully. If my mic picked up. Yeah, we are. We're online. How's it going, everybody? Walkie. I guess everybody being the one other person that's called that can actually talk. Walkie, how you doing there?
So far, we've got some pretty close games from Ascension and Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies there, so hopefully we get another close game in our next set, which I believe is going to be Sugar versus IndigoChargers.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Hear me out. So I gotta ask, and probably the chat and general community has a better thought process on this weapon than I do. I really love the Tri-Slosher. Like, nowadays I love the Tri-Slosher. It feels good, man. I didn't want to use... I was one of the people that, like, when it was big back in the day, I was like, I'm not... I really don't want to be that guy who uses the Tri-Slosher. But now that it's gotten the good old nerf buff, and it's back to the 2-hit kill with slightly shorter range, I just really enjoy using that weapon. And it's probably expected that, other people are enjoying the weapon, but I like seeing it in these competitive games. And it's cool to see. What are your thoughts on the good old Tri-Slosher?
I think it's a very fun weapon to play. I think it's very satisfying just sloshing away. Like, I don't think there's any better feeling than just sloshing and walking forward and picking off 2 kills,
It's a really satisfying 2-hit kill.
Yeah, of course.
Like, especially if you can get, like, the good old quick burst bomb into a single hit kill, the thing that put a lot of people on a watch in the early days of the competitive scene, with that super powerful range. But we'll be seeing if we're going to be seeing any Tri-Sloshers coming up into this next game. We got Sugar versus IndigoChargers. I believe originally it's going to be Sugar versus any Splat. Sugar, a team to look out for in this tournament. Saikai and Sugar being the supposed top 2. Do you happen to know anything? I'm not too big on team names right now. Do you happen to know anything about Sugar or IndigoChargers that would enlighten here?
Honestly, I've heard of Sugar. I'm not.
Well, you can tell that they have a lot of assertiveness in their name because they include that exclamation point.
Yeah, their roster now. So we've got Kaiki, Fuchsia, Ninga, Cephalon, Amateur, Ringos, Swiffy, and
sounds like you're casting a spell over there. My gosh, those names.
Yeah, I'm casting some Sugar spell. Maybe I'm gonna like bring back the Powerpuff Girls or something. So
summon them like some sort of satanic ritual.
Yeah,
bring them back from the good old days of Cartoon Network before this weird reboot thing. Gosh. I think the Powerpuff Girls, though, like, cosmetically would fit pretty well into the Splatoon universe. They have, like, decently the same proportions. I can see... You know what? Has anyone drawn that? The Splatoon characters in the good old Sugar Spice and Everything Nice art style? I think that would actually work really well.
Someone in the chat, draw that up. Add us at InktV on Twitter.
Yo, Sweet Shark, I saw you in the chat earlier. Oh, yeah, I'm direct calling out some people in chat. No. Sweet Shark's a great little artist there. Love seeing it work. So many good artists in this community.
Sugar. Oh, yeah, of course. So, from Sugar...
and Goldie! I didn't even see Goldie, I'm sorry.
Kaiki and Fuchsia, they've been around since Splatoon 1, so...
Yeah, man. This is a game that inspires a lot of artwork and creativity. This game just reeks of, like, creative, artistic design. Like, of course, it's a game about painting things, so it might as well. But, like, from everyone... And, like, all the different clothing options, you get the whole sense about fashion, staying fresh, the whole shebang. It's just a really nice artistic game. Like, even the UI, which I gotta give the beautiful credits to InktV for replicating, is, like, really nice. And just, it all comes together really well. It all comes together really well.
Yeah. I couldn't say it any better myself. Honestly, I just love, like, looking at all the, I've got a few done for myself, which I love, like, dearly. It's just great. Like, the Splash or Crash, whatever, online, on our website. I love the art, the little chibi art for that Uberu did for me. It's amazing.
That's right, yeah.
Thumbs down. I love that.
Splash or Crash.
Yeah, it's just so much fun, like, to see all these different drawings.
Yeah, no, it's great. And plus, of course, we have the defaults Miiverse, whatever we want to call that. I still call it Miiverse. I don't know, it's Flatverse.
I think most people still call it Miiverse, to be honest.
It might as well be. Like it's been ingrained into our bloodstream for like the longest time. The weird, awkward posts and the truly great, beautiful art that I frankly don't know how people could design on the Wii U gamepad. But look, Wii U gamepad. I can at least understand why people are like, oh, okay, this looks really good. Because you have the ability to draw with like a stylus. Then we have the Switch pad, whatever you want to call it, the console, the main core thing. People have to do that with pixel by pixel, aka, or also known as their finger. Like that's really tough to do. I've tried. Like maybe if you zoom in and play it slow, but like, and then there's also the people who do like the what's it called, like the print scan stuff. I love the print scan memes into the fake Miiverse.
I'm not no artist. I could never do that in a million years. The best I could do is maybe spell my name. Using
not even well. It's just like horribly disfigured letters, but I think it'll be legible. I feel you, man.
My normal handwriting isn't really legible, so maybe it translates to the game as well.
My normal handwriting is actually garbage. I'm so glad, man. When I went to college, they were like, "Yeah, you don't really have to handwrite anything." That was a stupid thing that you did in high school. That you had to do all that time. But no, at least in college, they were like, "Yeah, just print all your papers." And I'm like, "Thank God," because frankly, my how did I describe it? It was some sort of like rushed cursive, like bad rushed cursive, is how I would describe my chicken scratch of a handwriting.
Thing, like, I know we're going extremely off topic here, but you mentioned like
we're filling time.
In college, you never write anymore. It's like, what did you learn cursive and script for at all? You never use that ever. Expect to like write your name, to sign your name.
Like, okay, cursive applies if you want to write a really nice like cover letter or something. When look, cover letter is a cosmetic buff. It's like when you purchase the extra game add-on straight for cosmetics. It's like, look, I could just write a normal letter. If I write normally, no one's gonna be having a hard time reading it. But if that boy signs his letter with a cursive first name, that letter's going on my shelf. Like that's a fancy letter. Is all I'm saying. If you have the ability to write in cursive, you're gonna make it big in this world in probably like one field. And that is letter making. But looks like we are finally gonna be getting into this game. And what are these icons for Sugar? I love it.
Yeah, Sugar. I like how one of them, I guess Fuchsia just decided they want the black square.
They're either edgy or the leader.
I think definitely the leader of this team, probably. So, and somehow Amateur was just left without a square. No love for Amateur there.
They're still working on it. New to the concept of shapes. But
I think they're all different sizes too, maybe, except for Kaiki and Cephalon. I can't tell if they're the same size or not.
Yeah, Cephalon and Kaiki's, I believe that is. Kaiki loves squares. Do seem to be about this. Hold on. I don't have my protractor or ruler on hand to hold up to my screen, so we're just going to keep it going. We do have on the other team a guy named Spaghetti and Sleeper, as well as JPEG. I didn't even get that. Cog Tubbs and Liamigi. I'm looking forward to this game. We're going to be starting off on good old Port Mackerel Clam Blitz. I'm finally getting to commentate a Clam Blitz game. That last one was so nice.
Yeah, of course.
Looking forward to it.
And then, I mean, both of these teams kind of radar, so probably going to be a closer matchup. And especially on mode like Clam Blitz, I guess nobody really knows like, the best techniques. So hopefully show us, something maybe nobody ever thought of before.
Apparently I might have just actually said pork mackerel. Dude, pork mackerel sounds delicious, but yeah, man. So, and then after that, we got good old Rainmaker, followed up by Manta Maria Splat Zones. So I'm looking forward to this loadout. Feels weird not seeing tower control, but I like this addition of Torque Mackerel. I like this addition of Clam Blitz into the rotation here. It's a game mode all in of its own that like no one is really, I mean, except for our competitive players, really understood. Yeah, I'm looking to see the strategies pop out here going into game number 1.
All right, yeah, and game number 1 is going to be Port Mackerel on Clam Blitz. We're going to see what both teams bring out here. We've seen a lot of Ink Army here today. Let's see if these teams keep it up. We do got the Tri-Slosher, your favorite, coming out of Ringos there, and another one on the other team coming out of Cogtube, or Tubbs.
That's right, a lot of Ink Saver main coming out from a good old sleeper there. Rolling the good old Splat Dualies. I actually think I saw from Spaghetti in chat that this is their first tournament. I could be mistaken. That could be an incorrect Spaghetti. I'm not sure how many Spaghettis there are out there in the world, but and that happened to be in the stream. But we are going to be going directly into the first game of the set. Cephalon rocking that heavy Splatling. Going to be racking up as many clams as possible right here. Holding on to that 8. Probably, no, wow. Just going straight for the power clam. Sometimes players like to hold out at the 9 mark in order to wait a little bit before they have the power clam so that way they don't get marked. But nah, man, this guy is committing fully. And actually, it's paying off in dividends right now, as it looks like the score is already down for 60 on the side of Sugar.
Yeah, we saw last game was a little bit slow to get some points, but right here, right off the back, Sugar pushing up forward into their court. They have pretty much the whole map here and not letting down at all. Keeper tries to come in with that flank from the side, but the rest of the team does spot him out. Let's see if they can finish him off.
That's right, and of course, if you guys are new to this game mode, which I'm sure many people are, whenever the basket is broken using a power clam, the combination of 10 clams at once, you can then proceed to throw the smaller clams in for bonus points, as well as an extended timer to keep that basket from closing up. And right now, the basket has not closed. Sugar is going hard.
At all. And that's pretty much going to be the game, yeah. A 100-0 knockout. They never let that basket close up again. And
man, they might advertise themselves as sweet, but that was sour. That was destructive. Ooh. Oh. Game 1 gonna go to Sugar right off the bat right there. What can you even say about that? They just had the momentum. They just kept on getting the momentum. They never let up. Whew. Devastating. Devastating.
Yeah, I mean, the name Sugar may be not too familiar with everybody here, but I know 2 of the players that did play in that game, Swiffy and Ringos there. People might be a little more familiar with them because formerly of SRL or Squid Runs Live, and Ringos Get Kraken, 2 commonly known Splatoon 1 names.
Get Kraken, that's so good. Man, I love creative names like that. But yeah, moving on into it. Sturgeon Shipyard, Rainmaker. Now, we saw that game. I haven't seen a Clam Blitz game that's gone a straight 100 now. I've seen maybe like one when I got bodied. I was on the unfortunate side of that team, but we don't need to talk about that.
You were just experimenting to see if you could happen.
Yeah. Let me just try out, I don't know, Carbon Roller or Dynamo Roller. They'll be fine for a defense roll and that getting wiped. Anyway, Rainmaker, another game mode with a chance of just getting, a 5-second game. And I hope that doesn't happen. No one ever wants to see that happen. You gotta do it to them, but you don't have to do it to
here. Sturgeon Shipyard is one of the maps where it's less likely to happen, but let's get into it here. We've got the double armor coming out of Sugar from Swiffy and Ringos, and IndigoChargers just completely drops any Ink Armor on their team.
That's an interesting strategy. Ink Armor was pretty big recently, and already there's a 2-down situation for benefiting Sugar, not helping out IndigoChargers any. And it looks like that Rainmaker is already going to get off to a very nice start. They are going to be taking that higher up route. Looks like IndigoChargers is coming back with a little bit of a push, but the Rainmaker is already at the 53 point, which isn't the craziest push, but it's up there. Of course, the goal is for each team to bring it down to 0 and to dunk it on the goal next to the enemy's spawn here.
Yeah, but no one really... They aren't in too good a position here. As Swiffy's trying to break that down, he notices that they're going to pop before him. Wisely backs off. Try to get back into a safe position to do something.
That was scary for Swiffy. Swiffy did a good job of just avoiding the Rainmaker right before it actually exploded right there. And actually hanging back a little bit. He's going to go for the behind-the-scenes flank. Going to be getting 1. Going to be getting 2. Could potentially get a third person, but they are not anywhere nearby. And that Rainmaker did not go down anywhere. They have a chance to bring it right back up, right to the enemy's goal. However, the enemy team is going to be respawning before they're going to get a chance to do that. However, it's a 2-down once again. Swiffy doing a nice job holding down the enemy spawn, saying, hey, look, if you want to go for this Rainmaker, the only rain I'm going to be seeing is your tears, because we are taking that second game and taking the set.
Yeah, and Swifty just with some amazing plays there. Obviously, the play of the game was him hanging back, getting that double flank, and then just pushing forward for the rest of his team as they brought the Rainmaker. Swifty played that perfectly, putting up the Ink Armors at the perfect time for himself. Not really for the team, but just so he could secure kills, and it worked out perfectly.
Whew, no kidding. And that was so smart. They were like, hey, we got out of danger. We're still out of danger. Hey, I think we're permanently out of danger. Let me slip right behind enemy lines right here and snag a couple kills for the win. Oof. It was looking real nice.
Probably with, I think, Ethereal tried to set the record for quickest set, and then Sugar was like, nah, we got this. We're going to make it even quicker. We're going on to round 4 now.
Hold off, Sugar. AGDQ isn't until tomorrow. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Awesome Games done quick. Takes a little bit of time to set up. Oh, my goodness. Still, though, that was really solid. That was really solid.